Oh, yes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the custom party for the Berroco Summer Tea Make Along. Hello. My name is Margaux Huffnagel. I am your gracious host for the Berroco Tea Party. Hi, everybody. Hello, Allison. I get to see the chat. So this is kind of why I really like using we're bringing the party over here to YouTube because it's just a great way for me to kind of hopefully reach more people. Hopefully, you're going to join us to do the Berroco Tea Party. Good morning, Margaux. Good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, Mia. Rebecca. What's up? Let's just start this off by saying I'm so excited to cast on today. And it was just so hard to not like want to do it before now because just of seeing everybody else who had started, and that's totally fine. You can totally begin, or if you've already begun, awesome. um because I know this can be sort of a tight timeline, but if we're making teas and I'm excited. And it's so good to be back, and it's so good to talk to you all and see you all on this platform. So yay, yay, yay! Enjoy. Okay, so we have a bunch of people joining us. Does everybody have their yarn? Does everybody? I mean, I know some people were still waiting for yarn, but I have my yarn here. Again, just as a refresher, I'm making the Phillipa Tee out of Berroco Zinnia. Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Berroco Tea Party is here. I'm like, it's 11 a.m. on the East Coast. It's super early on the West Coast. And who knows on the opposite coast what it is. But yes, I'm making the Phillipa Tee out of Zinnia, and I'm going to make the second size up. I have my gauge swatch, which I did just in case. It's funny. So here's true confession. I designed this tea, but after I design it, it goes off into the ether and I don't really remember it. I'm like, oh yeah, what did I do? How did I do this? It doesn't stay up here. It just goes off into the world. So I wanted to make sure I can recreate what I created. So I have my gauge swatch. I'm going to make it all beige with some pink stripes. I'm looking forward to that. And I have my yarn, I have my needles, I have my stitch markers. What else? I have my good old pair of scissors and the trusty tape measure. I have 1,000 tape measures in any given day, but I can only find one on any given day. Is anyone like that? You have 1,000,000 tape measures. So anyway, so I'm super excited to finally make myself a Phillipa Tee. And good morning. And I know there were so many great patterns to choose from, both on Berroco.com, and there's some independent designs that we've been sharing that have been just so gorgeous. So the trouble, like the what is it? The hardship of trying to find a pattern, that's totally real. So yay. So I see people are making Derricho. Hi, Kathleen. So excited. Eula is so pretty. Derricho again. Derricho is such a great design. If you're making Derricho, I envy you because it is so, so pretty. And of course, I know. Hi, Mia. I know that you like these colors. Mia is so partial to the sample. My friend Mia is my sample knitter, and she knocked that one out of the park. Good morning. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca's making Etta. I did my gauge swatch. Question on sizing. I'm 39 inches. Should I make the next size up? That's a good question. Again, we were talking about ease. It all depends on the kind of ease that you want. So just here's my FYI. So I'm going to make my Phillipa Tee. I'm going to make the second size up. So we always put the finished measurements on our pattern. So that's such a great place to look. So the finished measurements of the second size up is 42.5. I am 5'3", and I'm also a 36-inch full bust, and then my upper bust is about a 34. So I do want that ease. I want it to be a little bit looser. The smallest size we have for the Phillipa Tee is a 38.5, which would only give me like 2 inches of ease. And that would be kind of a tight tee on me, and I don't want that. So I'm going to make for myself the 42.5, which I think will be a perfect size for being a little bit roomy, and you can wear a cami underneath. So Rebecca, maybe you can do the next size up depending on what your measurements are. So really think, I also like to think of one of the tees that I love that I wear. Sometimes when you just wear a cotton tee, that has a lot of ease. It's kind of loose. So kind of think about it in those terms. Like how loosey goosey do you want it to be? Do you want to really have it be tight fitting? It's kind of up to you. So, good morning, Jackie. Can't decide between Etta and Marisol. That's a tough decision. And those are two different kinds of constructions. I absolutely like Etta by far. If you don't know, now you know. Etta is like our far and away from the new collection, like the most popular pattern. We've seen so many great shops do knit alongs with it, classes with it. It's so nice. But Marisol, I kind of love it's stockinette. It has that multi-directional thing going on. It's a really classic tee. I don't know. I kind of say Marisol. But yeah, let me see. Thank you so much. Oh, good, good, good. I'm just going through some comments. Marisol in beach class. I love Marisol. So yay, have fun, have fun. Would you do the Etta size up? Yeah, again, a personal preference. I would say the Etta has that kind of circular yoke. I think that looks really nice with some ease in it. So it's so cool. Alicia, I'm having a problem, or Alicia. I know an Alicia and Alicia, where I get gauge on my swatches, but everything I'm knitting is so short, like extreme crop tops. What are you doing wrong? Nothing. You're doing wrong. That's a good question. We're talking about swatches right now, and sometimes a swatch can now, sometimes I think also because sometimes swatches can be such a small, example of what you're making. That can happen. For Alicia, I wanted to say, I don't think it could be the pattern. It could not be you. Because I feel like most patterns, or here, I'll kind of speak from my experience. Sometimes when I follow a pattern and it says knit to X amount of inches on the body, I actually don't even look at my row gauge. I'll just kind of knit to that measurement. I will consider how much my swatch has grown through washing. That's really important to consider, because sometimes you'll say, okay, I made a swatch and it grew, let's say, an inch when you washed it. So as you're working the garment, you have to be kind of mindful about the length. So you might say, okay, it says to knit the body for like 8 inches. So I'm going to do like 7.5 because I know when I wash it, it's going to grow. But to your point, a lot of patterns recently are like this crop top is a very popular design. So I guess my suggestion to you would be, work it up to that underarm point and kind of see if you like that length. And you can always, always, always add more. I'm such a rule follower and a pattern follower. This is kind of like outside of my comfort zone to be like, oh, just add that inch, because I know I like to be bossed around sometimes. I'm like, just tell me what to do and I want to do it. But I also like the idea of just kind of making the length your own. Also, because again, like I mentioned before, I'm a shorty. My little torso is very different, and I don't know how tall you are, from someone else's. So certainly kind of trying things on, measuring it against a top that you already have that you love is also a good idea. I find that I've been doing that recently, kind of being like, oh, I like the way this shirt already fits me, so I want to make it the same size, kind of thing. So, yay! So I'm going to start It's time to cast on. Ta-da! I am doing the long tail cast on because I feel like it. So, and I have 200 and happy cast on day. Oh, welcome over here. Miriam, you're here. Yay. Hello from San Diego. Oh, good morning from Colorado. Yay, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I have my coffee. It's 11 a.m. here. I'm still drinking coffee. I'm someone who can probably drink a cup all through the day and still pass out in the evening. But yeah, so I am casting on the Phillipa Tee for the Berroco Summer Tea Party. We are starting our make along today. Our make along goes from today, July 30th. Can you even believe it's July 30th? Through towards the end of August. We're gonna officially wrap up around August, I believe 27th. It's a Friday. So I want to do like Friday to Friday. I have 212 stitches to cast on. Now, for those of you who do long tail cast on, there I don't have a magic thing that I do. I just kind of like this is my scientific method to the long tail cast on. I'm like, is this about right? I always give it a little bit extra. 212 with like this kind of DK weight yarn. That's about right now. Better to go more than less. You could always just cut the yarn at the end. And what I like to do when I cast on a lot of stitches, I will probably mark the halfway point. So that way when I start counting, I don't have to go all the way. Like 212 is not so bad, but it's long enough for me to kind of be, let me focus on what I'm doing. So yay. So welcome. Happy cast on day. Oh, I love a good provisional cast on Bonnie too. I love a good tubular cast on too. Summer sesame tends to grow that much. I don't think so. Oh, sorry. I'm reading the comments. Allison, welcome to the party. I really wish next time maybe we'll try to do like a group party. But yay. Yeah, summer sesame doesn't grow that much. So that's really helpful. Sheila, what is the cardigan you're wearing? Thank you for asking, Sheila. I'm slightly obsessed with it. This is our Sebec. I'm gonna move my camera down a little bit. The Sebec sweater. It's a free pattern on Berroco.com, y'all. It's free. You're welcome. It was a Knit Bits pattern, and it was originally designed with Pima 100. This was my second Berroco Party sweater. So the first one I did was Yarden, which is very similar. It's got the V-neck, it's got some straight sleeves. I was obsessed with it. I still am. And now I have my Sebec cardigan, which I actually made with Arno instead of Pima 100. So I just finished it, and I'm the type of person when I finish something, I will try to wear it, or it's like the honeymoon phase. Like I'm going to wear it every day for as long as I can until like I can't wear it anymore. And I was sharing this with some friends of mine. I'm like, it's important as makers, or your time is so precious that hopefully you're working on something you will be obsessed with, right? And to spend your time making things that give you joy, which is what this is. So the bobble, I love the bobbles. I love the way it fits. It's a great pattern. If you haven't checked it out yet, Sebec is just so good. It's so good. But yay, Allison's up in the comments. She's my team member. We also, I believe Emily's out there, and maybe Asa. So good morning, everybody. Happy tea. It's the tea party time. I should have had some tea with me. I just have my coffee. What about, you have my tea drinkers out there? Who's having some tea right now? Who's having tea and crumpets right now? Hello, hello. Just getting the cast on. You'll know in a moment when I'm counting, when I'm like, everyone, shh. That's why. So we have our tea party started. I love I love seeing everyone who's started already. There's so many good ones out there. I know a bunch of you are also making the Phillipa Tee, so hurrah, hurrah. And what else? Tea for me this morning. Hey, Rita, tea drinker. Hey, Ellie. Allison's a big tea drinker too. Earl Grey. Ooh, I'm actually into, oh my God, everyone, Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. So they have this, I believe a chamomile or turmeric and ginger tea. That's really good. But warning, it the turmeric like stains my counters. I'm always like, oopsies. Chai tea is so good. Tea drinker here. When I get up, it's French Earl Grey. I love all you tea drinkers. I'm like super extreme cold brew caffeination. That's how I'm this joyful. Just kidding. Yes, Rita saw the Trader Joe's tea is so it's so good. I love their packaging. I feel like I'm a sucker for good design. So anytime I go into Trader Joe's, I mean, we all know if you know Trader Joe's, you know most of their like goodies are always so yummy. They actually used to have this cold brew packet that I was obsessed with that they stopped making. Anyone know anyone at Trader Joe's corporate? Bring back the cold brew packs, Trader Joe's. I need them. Um, yes, I like both coffee in the morning, tea after dinner. Absolutely. But I'll tell you the truth. I can totally drink coffee in the afternoon and not be up. I'm like a freak of nature. I love my caffeine. Get a little knot here. Um, but yes. Oh, you don't have Trader Joe's in Canada? Is this really just an American thing? That's bananas. I love it. I know. Team low or no caffeine. I know. Ooh, the Trader Joe's pumpkin biscotti. That sounds yummy. I like they over the winter they offer Trader Joe's has. We're talking Trader Joe's right now, everyone. Favorite name your favorite Trader Joe's treat. In the winter, they have like this or the holidays, I guess November. It's like this chocolate pecan like tart thing. Every time they bring it out, I like buy like 2 of them. It's so good. I love pecans or pecans, however you say it, wherever you are in the United States and beyond. That is truly my favorite nut. Um, you go, who's got I'm always with the nuts. Always have the nuts. How's everyone else doing on their casting on? Everyone not naughty like me? Do, 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 do. I was working on some chai knitting. Chai is one of our summer yarns. I actually have a ball of it here too. If you don't know chai, it's so nice. This is our black yarn, which is actually sold out, single tier, but you probably sold out at our warehouse. It's a color that isn't coming back. But if you find this at your local yarn store, go get it. I really like this color. But I was working on like a side chai project and I was getting all tangled with that too. I'm like a kitty cat getting tangled with all this yarn. Let me get myself all square with this countdown. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, no knots. I know. I should wind my tail. That's smart. I was just excited to cast on, and now I have this snafu. So what else? Cast on this morning, working on the 1x1 rib. All right, Margaux. And oh, love Trader Joe's hot and sweet jalapenos. That's amazing. What method do people use to keep track of casting on stitches? That's actually a good question. Everyone share in the comments. What do you like to use to keep track? I usually am let me cast on a bunch, go back and count. I usually put a marker halfway so that way I can kind of just keep going instead of starting from the get-go. I know some people might just do 25 or so at a time. Especially when you do long tail cast on, it's easier to just kind of get a bunch on the needle and then get counting. I always count by twos. Anyone else? I'm like, I have to count by twos. I cannot count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm always counting by twos. And I would count like as I go, but I always I forget. I draw like I mostly just want to concentrate on it. So what is everyone saying? Stitch markers every 50 stitches. I tried the wrap method. Hi, Aline. To do, hold on, it's going. Tried the wrap method to determine a long tail cast on length, but it didn't seem to be much better than eyeballing it. Yeah. And the knit cast on is always nice, so you don't have to worry. And watch, I'm probably going to be too short for my cast on. Getting there. So exciting to get started with the tea. So the tea party, just as like some Housewarmings, just in case you forget, we do have the Berroco Makers group over on Ravelry as well as over on Facebook, where you can share your progress if you're on Ravelry, or if you make a project on Ravelry. And I always forget to say this during our other tag it. If you can tag it with like Berroco Tea Party or Summer Tea Party 21, I can kind of go on Ravelry and see all of the projects all in one place. So if you remember to do that, it's tagging your project page, Berroco Summer Tea Party. But you can, if you're not on Facebook, I mean, I'm going to be live every Friday checking in with the progress here. If you are over on Instagram, you can just share your progress and tag us at Berroco so we can see, like, we just want to cheer you on. It's such a great way to kind of get our projects all there. It's good accountability to get one done. Maybe you're finishing a tea that you started already from last year. I know some people who are doing that. That totally can happen. Wow. Okay. So most of the people, everyone speaking of counting stitches, use markers every 50 stitches. Allison, you count by fours? That's my girl. I don't know if my brain can handle that. I'd be like 4, 8, 12, blah. Count by twos. Because I'm weird about that. But it's fast. It's so fast if you count by fours. I could maybe do fives. That actually would probably, in my mind, work out better in the multiplication. You count as I cast on. If anyone tries to talk to me, I just count louder. That's amazing. I wish that worked in my house, Emily. So, if you know, I have 2 little boys. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. And believe me, they do not care if I am casting on. And if I speak louder, they'll speak louder. So, yay. Hi, Rita. Will you be live on Facebook or just YouTube? So for the tea party, I'm experimenting with going live Fridays on YouTube, but it's very possible, and I won't put it past me, that I won't just pop on live through the Facebook group just to say hi and just kind of, peek in on what everyone's doing. So definitely both places. Let's see. Oh, yeah, on Ravelry, it's the Berroco Lovers group. Thank you, Allison. And any reason to not use German twisted cast on from Parasol? That's a good question. I'm sure Allison maybe will chime in the comments. Well, if that 4 is visually the biggest group and that humans can see. As everyone, Allison in the comments coming out with the count by fours, that visually it's the way we see things. Let's see. All right, I'm going to start counting, but I'm doing it by twos because just forgive me. 1, 2, 3. Everyone. 2, 4. Hold on. This is where you like need the glasses. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 38, 40, 50. 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. I got over 100. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm excited. One thing I didn't remember about the Phillipa Tee, by the way, is that it's all just using one size needle. Which I was like, oh, Margaux, you gave everybody a little break from going up and down. But again, that's all preference. If you'd like to make a tighter ribbing, by all means, go for it. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough tail. This will be the live. This will be like, stay tuned. Will Margaux make it with her long tail cast on? More at 11:44. Just kidding. All right, I'm getting there. How's everyone else doing with their cast-ons? Breezy, I hope. Making it happen. I don't know. I always like the look of the long tail too. I always use, even when I do long tail cast on flat, like I like this the braided look, like the braid side is always my favorite for the outside. So if I did a long tail cast on flat, then I always start with the wrong side row. So I get that like braid on the outside. Yes. I'm making wreaths using the recommended remix lay. I just feel like it might be too big in the neck. Any suggestions? I might just wait and see. Yeah, wait and see. When you get there, um, you should be fine to keep it like that. Oh yeah, Miriam. Miriam's making, by the way, Miriam is like my VIP. She's making the gate pullover, which is a pullover I designed now it feels like eons ago for, oh my god, can you remind me? Was it for interweave? It was gosh, knit something. You guys, I can't remember anything. But anyway, it was a design I made that's side to side, also one needle. Also, it has like this nice top lace panel. Starts with one sleeve, goes to the next sleeve. I love that design. I'm so happy you're making it. I can't wait to see your knit scene. Thank you. I can't wait to see your progress on it. It's so excited. Um, Allison, you could absolutely incorporate some decreases in there. Yay. So anyone going somewhere, you're going to take your knitting on vacation. I am not going anywhere this weekend. I am just going to be around town, keeping it real, taking my knitting everywhere I go. My sons are in camps and play dates and whatnot. But what's nice about this pattern is that once it's on, and we can just go have fun with it. So yeah, more things. And if have you been watching the Olympics? I feel like I've just been missing it every day. I've just been catching like the clips from different news outlets. Like that one swimmer who kept crying, like God help him. I mean, absolutely. I would be crying the whole time. What else? I'm using the Brielle from the first tea party because I had to rip it out. Oh yeah, totally. There's so many different kinds of yarns. I love that you are all choosing different Berroco yarns for your projects. And I think some of you are using Lang or Amano for your projects too. And actually, that's a good question. Anyone out there using a Lang yarn for or one of our partner brands? So Lang, Amano, Wool Addicts, or Lopi probably wouldn't be such a good thing for a tea party, but you never know. You might be in a cold climate and you're saying, I want a wool tea. So let me know, shout it out in the comments what yarns you're making your tea party, your tea with. I love seeing the different kinds of yarns people are making. Oh, you're going camping this weekend? That's fun. Oh, that's right. Asa is here. Hi, Asa. She's making Etta in the Amano Awa. That's going to look so pretty. Oh, yay. Chassis for Dara Show. Marilyn, I love that idea. See, this is why I'm like, shout this out. I can't wait to see. Oh, that's so cool. One of the women divers is from here, so I stayed up until 1 a.m. watching her. Oh, that is Susan. You are hardcore. I love that. I know like the women's soccer team was, I think, played this morning. Anyone? Spoiler alert, did they win? I hope so. That was so, so nice. Oh, so soft. Corsica. I love that yarn too. I'm a big fan of all the yarns. I'm excited to make something out of the remix chunky this fall as well. And if you're sticking with us, if this is the first knit along you're doing with us, welcome. We try to do these every quarter or so. And the fall, we're going to work on a shawl in our topaz yarn, which I'm actually really excited about because it's going to be an entrelac shawl. And I haven't done entrelac in forever. So I'm excited to do the tea. We're going to take a little break and then we'll work on a shawl and we'll wash, rinse, repeat. Because I feel like I can never say no to having a cardi party. So that's probably in the books for forever that I'm here. And also the tea party is just so fun to do as well. Oh yeah, Lynn is using Lanello from Lang to make the carnival top. That's a really great. Can we talk about that adorable diver who made the cozy for his medal? Yes, Allison, we can. Maybe next time I'm going to get you on camera. How cute was that? What is his name? Tom Daly, right? He is a British diver. If you don't know now, you know he's a British diver who knitted a little cozy for his medal, as we all probably would when we win golds. I love that I love that he is a knitter and a maker, and then also like an Olympian. Guys, you can be multi-talented. You can knit and be an Olympian. Why not? You love it, right? He was such a cutie. This is so fun. Oh, Rita, great. I'm so happy this is your first knit along. Oh, you're going to the beach next weekend. You know I take that knitting to the beach, shake it out, or keep some sand in there. Rebecca, I love your background. Did you make it? I did not. I feel like this is like the star of my videos lately. It is a macrame room divider that I got from World Market, and I want to say I got it about 2, 3 years ago. I love that store. I have one nearby, and it's possible that I just walked in for something else and I saw it, and I was like, this is going to be mine. And I've incorporated it into so many fun things just to kind of give me some privacy. I put it up like I work at home sometimes, so I have it as my like door for my office. It's really a good one. Yay. And he also crochets. Oh, Allison, like, come on. This is so cute. That and Mia, they actually had footage of him in the locker room. I love that. Does anyone remember, this is a while ago, there was a speaking of athletes who fiber art, there was a male running back from Baylor State, maybe Baylor or Baylor State anyway, but he crocheted hats, like that's like what he did, and he was like this college football running back. And I almost think I vaguely remember, I think he proposed to his girlfriend when they won the national title. Boise State, anyone am I? But anyway, I just remember watching ESPN and them having like a huge news segment about him, like in the locker room, just like getting ready for a game and just like whipping it out, like crochets quick. When you get on that zone, he was just like, boop, let's get out there and play some football. I loved it. I love things like that are just sort of maybe kind of twisting the norm, whatever you want to say, like on its head. But I love that story, and I love that he's doing all the fiber arts. This is so cute. Using Liza, still have to pick my pattern. Molly, is that you, Molly, out there? It's good to see you. It's so hard to pick the pattern. And just to kind of talk about patterns for a second, like if you're a Knitbit subscriber, which I hope you are, we are offering a free tee pattern. We have a code in the email, so go check that out. And also, we've had some really wonderful independent designers sharing their tee patterns, and one of them was Fatima Hines. She did a really cool, it's called the dichromatic tee in Comfort Chunky, and she was offering a discount on that. So yeah, the struggle is totally real. There's so many great patterns out there to make, and actually I have a purely selfish knit on the needles too, aside from my Phillipa Tee I wanted to share. If you haven't seen, her name is Jessie May. She's an independent designer, but she has a tee called the Outline Tee. This is my like, I want to cast on for the tea party, but I can't, so I'll knit this thing instead for the week. And this is her Outline Tee in Chai. My gauge is totally different from the gauge in the pattern, so wait till I'm done if you want to try this with chai, because I'll let you know how it goes. But I love the drop stitch motif in this. And this has just been like a nice, like things have been a little chaotic and just nice, good stockinette. But yay. You're so welcome for the code. We were super excited to have you all join us for this make along. I'm still casting on. We're not done yet. And I just, get out there and support your local yarn stores with this. I know we have shop owners here in the chat. I've kind of recognized some names. So, and last night, actually, I was on with the shop in Alabama, Mobile Yarn, and maybe some of you are out there from Mobile. And, hit your local yarn store up for if you have questions. Like, we are absolutely here to help you answer Berroco questions as well, if you have pattern questions. But the value of your local yarn store owner, like the knowledge they have, it's so great. So if you're able to go there to share your tea with your local store and help and build that community, oh my God, do it. If you can do it, please do it. It's so great. And I think I missed that a little bit about my local area, just being able to like, hello. I used to live in Hoboken, New Jersey, and that is exactly what I did when I was in my 20s. I literally like went to the store, like knocked on the door, and I learned how to knit when I was 23, so never too late. And I never forget like going into her store being like, help me. It's always good practice that you buy the yarn from the store, so on and so forth. But I know a lot of shop owners are so generous with their knowledge and their time. So if you're doing the tea party, visit a local Berroco retailer, visit the shop. I mean, I love our shop owners. They are really so, so fun. Cow party today at Rainy Day Yarn in Gig Harbor. Yay! Oh, good. Yes. And like Hands on Knitting Center. Like, it's so great. Like, local yarn stores are where it's at. And, yeah, so Jackie won a door prize last night, but we live in Wisconsin. Oh, yay. So glad you signed up. And share the cow, share the channel. As my son who loves watching YouTube, hit that like button. you know, we are here to hopefully help you, enjoy what you love to make. Life is chaos, right? So knitting shouldn't be one of them. And, this is where we're like, this should be the one that gives you joy making your project. So yay. I'm nowhere near a Trader Joe's, but I'm lucky to have a good yarn store. That should be like a t-shirt. like I'm not near a Trader Joe's, but I got a good yarn store. I love that. That's almost more, I don't know, toss up. I love a good Trader Joe's, but I love a good yarn shop. I love a good yarn shop. I love a good knit night. And to show, and you're working so hard, like to make your tea. It's so fun to show it off. Okay. I think I might have enough. So I stopped at 100. Let's see. What do I need? Anyone remember what I needed? I needed 212. So I already have 100. So 112. 2. Let's do this. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Favorite party song. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, 36, 38, 40. 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 101, 102, 3, 4, count with me, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whoops, 11, 12. All right. Hey, I wasn't actually, I did a pretty good job. More than enough. Ta-da. Oh my goodness. Susan, my hubby's making breakfast while I cast on with you all. Love. What is he making? I also have a husband that is a phenomenal breakfast maker. He used to work in a small cafe at a golf course. And so he's like mastered the short order cook essence. The man makes eggs like a champ. I mean, I love eggs, so that's awesome. That's so fun. I'm just going back and seeing everything. Yoga socks are fun to make. Pretty easy. Love yoga socks. And I love socks. Y'all, I love socks. Maybe we'll have a sock cal. I keep talking about it. And I actually designed a sock pattern just recently with our Berroco socks and our Ultra Wool Fine that I see some of you making. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see the socks being done. But yeah, awesome. Ellie, have one local yarn store nearby. Indie Dyers. No, that's pretty awesome. I live in the Massachusetts area, and we're very lucky. We have a lot of great yarn stores nearby. There isn't actually one big one in Boston. There used to be. Anyone ever heard of Windsor Button? It used to be in Downtown Crossing. Pretty big yarn store. But there's a lot just in like the neighborhoods around Boston. And I know there used to be one there's one in Dorchester. There's one in, used to be one in Jamaica Plain, but I think it's now out in Norwood. But we are really surrounded by some wonderful yarn shops. And of course, over in Rhode Island, it's nice. It's nice to have something soon nearby. Susan Smith, there was a code for a free pattern. I didn't get that. So Susan, in our knit bits, there is a code. I did reshare it. Every knit bits shared it today. Our newest knit bits did mail out today around 10:30. The code for the pattern, I'm going to keep it a secret. Go check it out in your email. It does expire August 13th. So it expires about halfway through our knit along. So go check that out. Go subscribe. Please subscribe. All right. So here I am. I've got my cast on. Now it's to join the forces. Join the forces. Join the ends. Join the forces without twisting it, which I have been wont to do. I used to work at a shop, and I remember them talking about if you twist your stitches around the first go around, that's totally fine, because when you get to the second row, that's where that little join can be a little twisted. But I always just like to, just double check. Okay, I am using, ready? Let's see. Twist, twist, twist. Good, good, good. Here we are, ready to go. Okay. Actually, I probably could cut my tail. As anyone, this is speaking of like your first round, how many of you, and I hope I'm not alone, start knitting with the tail by accident, and then like halfway through you're like, oh, come on. So I'm going to take my tail, make sure it's my tail, and I'm going to trim it so that doesn't happen, and I can use this later for weaving something in or fixing a hole. No holes here. Okay, here we go. Okay, and now let me get my first. I love that thing. You told just to see yours. Also, I won't tell it. Don't tell anybody. I got my stitch marker, and I'm ready to roll. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Do do do. I sing while I knit. Anyone else? I always I always knit with the tail accidentally. Okay, starting. So it's a knit. My pattern starts with a ribbing at the bottom, and away we go. Here we go. Do, do, do. I'm excited. It's begun. My summer tea. I'm so ready. Looks small on this needle, but I know it's going to be the right side. I made my gauge swatch. We just we're going to wrap up in a minute. We were talking about gauge swatches in the Facebook group, and I think, are you here? There was a maker who, she never makes a gauge swatch, but I'm like, the magic. I make one just in case. I like to kind of just practice or get it up. But if you are someone who doesn't have to make one, that's amazing. But I'm always making one. I also knitted with the tail. See? Oh no, did you trim the knitting yarn? You all are my people. It's so bad. It's so funny. I totally twisted it. Wait, what are you making? You're sorry. I'm going back to the comments. Forgive me, but I'm reading. Susan is making Susan's husband is making French toast and bacon. That's amazing. He also makes a breakfast drink with orange juice, Sprite, and cranberry, a faux sunrise. That's amazing. I want to make that. Oh my goodness. I play a lot of golf and have been trying to find good patterns and yarns that are golf appropriate. Any suggestions? Obviously, you're talking about wearing while playing golf. Or I'm like, are you just looking for something simple to make while someone drives you around in the golf cart? You know what? The Phillipa Tee is a V-neck tee, the one that I'm making. I could totally see you golf in. The Margaux tee is also a really nice classic shape, also something you can golf in. What else? I would also say, is anyone making Perrin? So Perrin is also a zinnia pattern. It has like that kind of panel of lace that goes through it. That actually would be a nice one to do some golf in. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I love everyone just like, we all just started knitting with the tail. I love us. I love us. I for sure have the ball of yarn, but I knit with the tail like 50% of the time. And then I'm like, gotta go back and fix that. I also, funny enough, I go back and forth with how I hold my yarn. I learned how to knit by throwing, but then I eventually learned how to pick, so English to continental. But I like to start it feels more comfortable to me to start my project, my first row, like my old standby of just throwing it. And then I'll like switch up gears later, like switching speeds and seeing which one I like better. Try tying a knot to the tail. Yeah, that sometimes will work. Or right away, like tie a short knot so that way you know right away if you have it. If you're like, it's done. All right, so we're on our way with the tea party. I'm so happy that you joined me this morning for the cast on party. I cannot wait to see your progress and to see your teas. So please keep sharing what you're making. We're here to help you. We're here to encourage you. And let's have fun with making our teas. Again, my name is Margaux Huffnagel. I will be checking in on YouTube on Fridays. Hopefully, you'll see my progress. Everyone, take a mental screenshot. See my progress for my Phillipa Tee for next Friday. And along the way, I will be in the Berroco Makers group on Facebook and the Berroco Lovers group over on Ravelry. If you want to share your progress over there, kind of like finding all flows for all makers to see what everyone loves to do. So hurrah! Happy Friday. It's such a great way to start the day. I'm excited. I don't want to do more work. Do I have to do more work, Allison? Just kidding. Asa, we're all going home now. Enjoy your cast on. Take a picture, show us your cast on. Definitely use hashtag Berroco Tea Summer Tea Party, Berroco Summer Tea Party, or Berroco Tea Party 21, because we also did a summer tea party last year. And yeah, share it. Share it with us. We want to cheer you on. We want you to have fun. And thank you so much for joining me today. And enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fun weekend. Keep knitting. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Thank you for joining me.